Wolcen, Lords of Mayhem is an action role-playing game in the mold of previous ARPGs, such as the Diablo franchise, Path of Exile, and Grim Dawn. It lists Diablo 2 as one game in the genre that inspired its creation. After reaching its Kickstarter goals, Wolcen, formerly known as Umbra, went into development and was released for early access on Steam in March of 2016. Wolcen is a hack-and-slash game with big dreams, big goals, and some really big ideas that, if executed properly, could greatly affect and benefit the genre as a whole. But the overwhelming question is, can it succeed where other independent ARPGs have not? Wolcen Studio uses the CRI engine alongside Quixel Megascans, which allows for an amazing display of graphics and an environment that beckons to be explored. One of the benefits for using an already established engine, especially one as advanced as this one, is the fact that the studio's focus can be on gameplay and design rather than spending that energy creating a self-contained engine. And when playing this game, the CRI engine really shines through graphically. It truly is one of the best ARPGs I have seen when it comes to aesthetics. The game also puts the Cathera AI system to work, allowing for a challenging AI that can compensate for changes in the environment and whatever your character throws at it, allowing fights to become more dynamic, causing you yourself to rethink your approach to different situations. The gameplay and exploration itself is where this game seems to take on a life of its own, separating it from other games in the genre to an extent. Imagine a game where even as you are first starting out, the monsters and bosses seem like they matter. The fights hold weight. You don't seem to start off one-shotting everything, at least initially. The battles and your positioning matter, or at least that's how it felt to me during my initial playtime. And each new class of enemies seems to invoke a sense of awe, a feeling of, that was freaking cool. There were several enemies early on that brought about that feeling for me. The story is also very important to the game. Although I truly feel it could greatly benefit from some voice acting, the story held my interest enough to keep playing. And one of the great ideas from this game is that the story can open up new and secret areas. So while, as the studio puts it, you can just run around fighting monsters, but if you immerse yourself into the story, it will open up more and more for you to explore. Building your character in the game allows for a greater freedom in making your character than most ARPGs offer. In Wolcen, there are no character classes. Instead, it is your skills, gear, and the passive skill tree that defines you. Without differing classes, this means that all characters use the same resources: rage, mana, and stamina. These resources need to be managed as they tend to compete with each other. This truly adds to the development and playstyle of your self-created class. Since as one resource, for instance your rage, builds up, the others deplete. This causes you to think more during fights and worry about your character's positioning and the like. And though fairly basic, the game allows for creating a custom character. Perhaps in future versions this will become even more in-depth, as I personally enjoy the feature, but find this version pretty lackluster. While not a Wolcen exclusive innovation, player housing is set to be included in the game, allowing for customization and a way to truly make it your own. One of the stretch goals for the company is actually very innovative, however, and that is allowing for players to create dungeons within their dwellings that other players can enter and test their skills. Speaking of skills, a pretty cool feature in the game is how your skills are affected not only by your gear and passives, but also by the environment itself. For instance, if you use a lightning skill on a creature that is in water, the lightning will then spread, causing damage and stunning nearby enemies, and similar reactions can occur with all of the elements. The passive skill tree is another area where Wolcen Studios takes a different approach with a very familiar idea. This circular skill tree is designed to further promote variations in character development, as each layer can be turned to allow for a more custom feel when it comes to your passives, opening up many variations in a customization level not always handled in this manner by other games. And the most anticipated innovation, at least for me, is apocalyptic form. This mechanic will allow your character to change as you progress through the game based on your build choices. The skills and passives you choose will change your character's appearance. Fire-based casters could be engulfed in lava, not only altering how you look, but gaining immunity from fire and weakness versus water. Or a brute melee character, growing a third arm to carry yet another weapon, or growing wings, horns, and the like. This is a mechanic that could greatly alter the ARPG landscape. Though this game is still in early access, Wolcen Studio does maintain a presence within the game's community. They have a Discord channel in which the development team is very active. They inform the community with the game's developments and have been releasing update patches to the game. The most recent one on December 20th of 2017. The developers of the game definitely seem to be invested in the completion of Wolcen Lords of Mayhem. The base ideas behind Wolcen very well could make this an amazing game, but the proof will lie in the execution. Does this company have the stamina and the conviction to see those initial ideas come through? Or will they, like so many other indie game companies, allow new ideas to hinder the progress of the core ideas behind the game? If I were able to give the developers some advice, it would be to follow through on the plans laid out in the beginning of this endeavor. Advance the game with new ideas whenever possible, but never at the expense of the previous ones. Fine-tune, polish, and expand upon what's there, which so far is a very fun and innovative gaming experience. Build upon those grand promises and work towards your ultimate goal. Do not get bogged down with an excess of new, grander ideas. Save those for later. This might very well be the next big action role-playing game, but it will most certainly come down to the proper execution of those early ideas. Hey ladies and gentlemen, Wolf Crier here, and I want to thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. I always greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button, and if you are not subscribed to the channel as of yet, please feel free to do that right now. Click that little bell icon. Get your notifications when videos go live. I do plan on branching out into more of these review type of videos, gaming news, that sort of thing on this channel. And you can be guaranteed that I will be doing more Wolcen videos as well as this game progresses. Hopefully the developers do continue work on the base ideas, because I think that this game definitely holds great promise. I've enjoyed the gameplay so far. I really dig the game overall. I like the graphics, and I love those core innovative ideas that this company is bringing to the ARPG genre. And hopefully this all comes to pass, and everything that they promised will come to fruition, because this game definitely looks like it could be the next big thing for action role-playing games. Guys, once again, thank you so very much for checking out this video. I greatly appreciate it. And you guys have a fantastic day. Peace.